Best flowers for hummingbirds, Nature's Way. Simple, easy, effective. Why would we not use what nature provides, the beautiful flowers that hummingbirds love? In this video, I'm going to share 4 plants that I think are must-have in your garden for attracting hummingbirds and providing the nutrition that they need. How did I get to switching from a feeder with sugar water to Nature's Way, flowers that attract hummingbirds? One morning I was running late for work and I was making sugar water for the hummingbirds. When I hung the feeder back up, I noticed that there was a hummer already in my yard, and I had some flowers that I had planted down in front of my little balcony area. It was going from flower to flower to flower, and it occurred to me, why don't I add flowers that the hummingbirds prefer? So that's what I did. I started planting what attracted them. I'm sharing with you the 4 foundational plants that I started with that have beautiful flowers, tubular shaped, reddish and orange, that are preferred by hummingbirds. At the end of the video, I've provided information of other plants that you may be able to use in your zone if the ones that I've mentioned today, especially the shrub, is not available. Stay till the end and get that information. Hi, I'm Alice. Let's walk out to the circle bed and see 2 of our best plants for hummingbirds.
Coral honeysuckle is a twining vine that grows well on trellises, fences, and even as a ground cover. It's simple, it's easy to grow, and it's effective at attracting hummingbirds because its flowers are their preferred color, scarlet, and the shape is ideal for them. It's tubular. Let's take a look.
Here's a coral honeysuckle, and it's a beautiful tubular cluster of flowers, red with a tint of orange. This vine grows in zones 4 through 10. It's native to the eastern United States. It is a hardy perennial, and I have it on a trellis, and my trellis is about 8 feet tall. The vine can grow to 15 feet. So my plan is to wrap it around the different areas of the trellis so it forms a thick mass, and the blooms then hang down and are available to the hummingbirds. No pests, drought tolerant, simple, easy, and effective.
The flowers of the firebush are magnets for hummingbirds. They are tubular shaped and they hang in clusters on the branches throughout the summer and into the fall. Let's check it out.
Firebush is a lovely native plant, native to Florida, and it grows to about 10 feet, 12 feet. In some places, it can get as high as 20 feet by 10 feet wide. It grows in full sun for best blooming and also in partial shade. And the tubular flowers are red with a little more orange in them than the coral honeysuckle. The firebush will produce orangish red tubular flowers all summer and into the fall until the first frost. For comparison, this shows you the height right now of the Firebush. It's about 3 feet, and compared to the trellis, which is almost 8 feet tall. And it should grow another foot or two before we have a frost and it dies back. This is a dwarf or compact firebush, and the leaves are a little bit smaller and more light green. And the flowers are the same tubular clusters, but the color is more orange. Because of its smaller size, 3 feet by 3 feet, and there's this another one that's slightly smaller, spaced about 5 feet away. These make good container plants. You can have them on your balcony or patio, or even in your front area where you can look out your window and enjoy these plants.
The flowers of the Penta plant come in the right colors for hummingbirds and the right shapes. There's little tubular flowers on a cluster head. These plants are annuals and they're available late in May throughout the summer, and they bloom almost continuously until frost. Let's look at one.
This is a beautiful example of an old-fashioned Penta. Pentas are very popular plants. They're available in all the garden centers and big box stores. They come in red, pink, purple, and white, and I've had hummingbirds visit all those colors when I've had them planted in my yard. Flowers are tubular, and they have 5 petals, and that's where the name comes from, Penta. 5.
Tropical sage, often called a scarlet sage, also goes by red salvia. It's a native wildflower that has spikes of red tubular flowers that are sure to draw hummingbirds to your yard. Let's go look at one.
There are varieties of sages or salvias that are available throughout the country. This plant grows in my yard about 2 feet by 2 feet. It can reach a height of 4 feet by 4 feet or more, depending on circumstances. It has flower stems that come up above the plant and scarlet flower buds on the ends of the stems. These open into a tubular flower, which the hummingbirds come and enjoy the nectar from. As the plant blooms, it opens to a nice tubular shape that the hummingbirds can slip into and nectar easily. And this particular stalk of blooms has some scarlet buds that will be opening in a few days. This variety of salvia grows primarily in red or scarlet color, also pink, and occasionally white. The hummingbirds will come to all 3 colors if you have it in your yard. When the flowers die, it produces seeds. The seeds then stay on the flower stem, and when they fall, it's a prolific reseeder. There's an example of a volunteer that's coming up and ready to be potted up and shared with a friend. Cut the plant back in late July or beginning of August. There are new foliage coming out from the roots of this plant. I will cut it back to here, and the foliage will grow and produce new flower stalks, so it will continue to bloom late into the fall. If we have a mild winter, it can easily bloom into January until there's the deep freeze. Frequently, this plant is the first plant to bloom in the springtime. Based on weather conditions, you may have it blooming off and on all winter, and certainly by early spring, blooms may be available, which is great for the migratory hummingbirds coming from the south up the coast to the north on their annual migratory trip. What's up next is a list of plants with flowers that hummingbirds love, and there are a variety of annuals, perennials, and some shrubs. I hope that you find something that works for your garden and that you can create the garden that you love.
Here's some common annual flowers that are readily available in the nursery trade. So check out your local nurseries and also check with your local extension so that you can match the right flowers with the hummingbirds that are in your area. Also is a list of perennials by zone. I hope it's helpful so that you can get more ideas for your garden and for the hummingbirds in your area. Lastly, there's the list of common shrubs that are available that you can use to replace the firebush if it's not appropriate for your zone. Enjoy the hummers and enjoy your garden.
Most of these plants will fit into pots and containers, even the coral honeysuckle vine. Don't limit yourself thinking, oh, a vine, I can't grow it on my balcony. It'll be fine. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if so, please give it a thumbs up. And if you have experience with hummingbirds, I would love to hear about it if you would share in the comments. Please leave me a friendly message, and all your experiences would be greatly appreciated. There are other videos that you might be interested in, so check them out. And if you've not subscribed, I invite you to subscribe to Garden Yay so the channel can thrive. See you soon.